Hey there, and welcome back to Cosmic Crypto. In this video, we're going to be talking about Quant QNT. Let's go. Okay, welcome back to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please go down below and hit that subscribe button. And while you're down there, if you could tap the like button, I'd really appreciate it. All right, Quant QNT. I got a request for this, and I've been actually really interested in it. It has been one of the best performers of 2022, and what did we get here? So we came down, and this was that June 13th of 2022. We have moved 440%, not too shabby, and very little pullbacks either, so not bad. But I wanted to kind of start from beginning here, and Quant all-time high is $421. We are at $176 right now, and I do think we are due for a retracement and possible sideways action, but we'll get to that here in a minute. So Quant made a massive move to the upside from $25 all the way up to $430. Pretty big move. Then we fell 90%, pretty big move. If we take a Fibonacci from the bottom to the top, Quant came all the way back down to the 786, created a very nice candle at the bottom here, then created a green dot on the trend momentum indicator here, and the RSI on the weekly. This is the weekly time frame, by the way. The weekly time frame RSI broke above the moving average, and we continued on to the upside. From there, we had a very easy, looks like, on the weekly time frame, time getting above the 20, which is the bottom cloud here, and the 100, which is the top of the cloud here. We finally, after breaking above the 100, came back down to retest something, I'm going to assume a Fibonacci here, which I'll put up there in a second. And then we continued on to the upside. Now, we have not reached all-time highs yet, and I do kind of see us going sideways here for a minute, only to come back down to possibly the 382 right here. Maybe the most bearish thing would become, or the most bearish thing, which really isn't even that bearish, would become coming down to the 0.5 and then continuing on our way up to the upside. I kind of see us maybe dancing around this 382 more. Then you got the 20 EMA moving up and the 100 EMA, and we'll kind of move into that 20 and the 100, and then continue on to the upside from there. Now this is the weekly, so I want to see where we found support here. So grabbing the Fibonacci from this bottom right here to this top right here, we came down and we didn't even retest the 382 on the weekly before we continued on to the upside to make a 150% move. Now that's pretty bullish. So I do expect, let's go ahead and pretend that this is the top, or the local top where we're at right now. And on the weekly time frame, if that's the local top, let's see if we can see any kind of confluence in here. And I'm going to get rid of this other Fibonacci there. So from this bottom to that local top, I expect us to come into the golden zone here and possibly wick down to the 0.5, hold the 382 possibly, which would also line up with the support right over here. So if we drew a support line right there, that puts us right into the golden zone. I do believe that the lowest I could see Quant going, in my opinion, would be the 618, because that would line up perfectly with the 20 EMA and the 100 EMA. And so let's just go with the deepest move I can see Quant doing before moving to the upside again. It would be to come down here, maybe dance around here for a minute, and then continue on to the upside. Kind of like what we did here, and then do that again. Quant is still very bullish in my opinion, but it is time for a cool off. It has been moving quite high in such a short amount of time. Plus the momentum indicator is indicating a possible move to the downside. But what I'm saying is this momentum indicator will come down, and then I do think it's going to just go right back up. And so we'll have that down and then up move. Something like that is what I'm seeing for Quant in the future. So I would not be buying in right now if I was you. Now I could be wrong, but if it was me, I should say, I'm not going to buy in right now. I am interested in buying into this though. I am late to the party by quite a bit. But if I can get a nice buy order right in this golden zone right here, I think I'd be happy with that, and then ride that up, because I do think Quant, whether it's this year, it's not going to be this year, I'll tell you that, whether it's next year or the year after we break our previous all-time high of $430, I do believe that that's going to happen. And if I do get into this golden zone, let's say the 618, and even getting back to the all-time high, that's a 233% move. I think I would be happy with that. Although, you know, in the crypto market, that's really not that much, but I do expect it to go even higher than that. So to give my actual, I mean, while I'm here, maybe I'll give a little bit of a price target. So from top to bottom, I'm going to put on the 4236, and I'm going to actually take this off of log scale, the fib off log scale, because I think that doing it that way, in my opinion, gives us a better price target. And $1,600 is a reasonable, in my opinion, price target for Quant at this next bull run. It's not going to be now. It's not going to be next year. Might be in 2024, 2025, but I do think that a reasonable price target for Quant would be around $1,600. And if that happens, if I am right in that sense, and I did buy at the 618 right here, and I rode it all the way up to 1,600, that is a 1,200% move. And that I am definitely happy with. Let's go down to the lower time frames, maybe the 4 hour. Just kind of see what we're playing with here. So the 4 hour. Let's see, I haven't even looked at it yet. So, I mean, let me get rid of some of this stuff because it's. Oh well, wait a minute. This let's figure out which 618 am I talking about here. So yeah, here's our support. Okay, this yellow line is that support line I was telling you about. Here is the 618 that I'm thinking it might come back down to, possibly. But let me get rid of this guy just so I can see things a little bit clearer. I mean, honestly, it kind of looks like it's going to continue going up on the lower time frames. So let's see if we got anything happening here. Fibonacci from the top to this bottom, and let me just get rid of this guy. Came back, hit the 5, came back down and hit the 3. So actually, I mean, maybe we just go sideways here for a bit. On the momentum, it does kind of look like there's a chance for us to go back up. The RSI is stuck under the 50 on the RSI, so I don't know. I do actually see it coming back down at minimum, wicking down to this support line here, this yellow line, which would also, you know, get us into the 200 EMA here. Now, we did break through the 200 EMA before, just like right over here, which if we did that, that would bring me even further down into my golden zone, possibly at the 0.5 Fibonacci, preferably for me at the 618 Fibonacci would be my preferable target, which would actually be right on with retesting this previous local high right here. Get a wick down to the 618, hold support at this previous local high right there at around $130. So, I mean, if you're looking for a conservative buy order, possibly getting in around $130 is a pretty good move, I would say. Not financial advice. You know, a lot of pattern people might be saying that there's a, you know, some kind of a triangle happening here. Most likely triangles break to the upside. Very well could happen. If that is the case, if that does play out like that, I am not a huge pattern fan. I talk about them a lot, but I'm not a huge pattern trader at all. But if that, because they, I mean, to me, it's almost 50-50. They say like 70% is going to break to the upside on a triangle, but in my experience, it's been like 50-50. So anyway, price target for that would be around $260. If it broke down to the downside, I mean, that brings us right down to my target right there that I've been saying, which is, you know, the 618 right here at around $125 to $130. I would take that bet, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's where I think it's possibly going. We've been going really high with Quant for quite a while now, and I do think it's time for a nice cool-off. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and we just go sideways right here until we finally get another break move to the upside, and that would be even more bullish, in my opinion, for Quant, so pay attention to that. But if you miss the party, look in around 125 to 130. That's kind of all I got for Quant. If you got any questions or you want me to answer anything or you got another coin you want me to look at, please leave that down below in the comments and I'll take a peek. If you like what you saw here, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And just remember, not a financial advisor, just a dude on his computer. Talk to you later.